I've not heard anything from Deontay. What's Deontay's reaction? I'm sure after the last 18 months, this is it's not been welcome news to say the least.
Just what I told you, disappointing. We expected, after all of the battles, all of the courtroom drama, everything, to him in 15 days, and that's not happened, and it's disappointing. But Deontay will take a couple of days off and get training, and several weeks before the fight, he'll get back boxing training.
You mentioned early October. October the 9th has been the date that's been bandied around. Of course, the arbitration was settled, and there was, there's talk at least on social media of there being a cut-off point in September whereby the fight has to happen. What can you tell me about that?
It's already been extended with the court.
Okay, and that's been agreed upon by Tyson Fury's team, Bob Arum, etc.?
I'm sure it will.
That was Deontay Wilder manager speaking, Finkel, to Boxing Social on Tyson Fury testing positive for COVID. Finkel expressed that Deontay Wilder is disappointed because he was under the impression that all of the running have came to an end. Then out of nowhere, Tyson Fury pulls Cap 19. So now Deontay Wilder and all of the boxing world are now forced to wait till early October to see the fight. An important note to mention, Tyson Fury was ordered to fight Deontay Wilder by September or retire from the sport of boxing completely. However, that decision has been extended since the Trilogy was postponed due to Tyson Fury himself testing positive for COVID-19. Therefore, Tyson Fury could try to dance his way out of the Trilogy as much as he likes. He can run, but he cannot hide. This man, Tyson Fury, predicted that he was going to receive COVID a couple days before he actually caught the COVID, supposedly.
What goes through the mind now in the last couple of weeks, through your mind and your body?
Nothing really. I don't really think about the fight until it's on upon us. My most important thing is to get to the fight injury-free, not to get some stupid cut in sparring or injury at the last minute or catch COVID even. Or whatever there is, the dangers out there, or catch COVID.
So if I'm Deontay Wilder, I will contact the CDC in a heartbeat in order to get confirmation and proof that Tyson Fury have been tested positive for COVID-19 or Cap 19. We must know which one it is, since you really can't trust anything from Tyson Fury. We talking about a man that's an expert at cheating and lying, where he actually got caught cheating and lying on dozens of occasions. So again, if I'm in Deontay Wilder's shoes, if it's possible, I will pay the CDC to send an agency to test Tyson Fury for COVID-19 for whatever it's worth. I mean, don't y'all find this strange that Tyson Fury have yet to make a video addressing that he caught the COVID, where we can also see him sick in the video? After all, Bob Arum claims Tyson Fury has a congestion in his chest. Therefore, why haven't Tyson Fury made a video where he looks extremely sick, coughing during quarantine like they betray him out to be? It ain't like he has anything better to do than apologize to his own fans that he let down by being irresponsible if he is sick. Furthermore, there have been conflicting stories by Tyson Fury team and old media in order to establish damage control. First, Bob Arum revealed to the public that Tyson Fury and his team, his corner, have been fully and totally vaccinated. Fast forward a couple weeks later, news come out by Bob Arum himself that Tyson Fury is getting the hell beat out of him in sparring, leading up to the Deontay Wilder Trilogy at the peak of his camp. Then photos and footages started trending everywhere of Tyson Fury marked up face, where he had a busted lips, busted face, and a black eye, which I already made a video on that I'm going to leave in the comment section below. On top of that, news come out of Tyson Fury being out of shape so close to the Deontay Wilder Trilogy, which he needed more time to train. Now, that wasn't a surprise at all since we seen Tyson Fury out of shape during the Deontay Wilder Trilogy press conference. It was reminiscent to the Klitschko rematch press conference where Tyson Fury pulled out of that fight weeks after as well. Keep in mind, during this whole time, Tyson Fury's own father, John Fury, who leading up to the Deontay Wilder rematch, said that Tyson Fury is gonna walk through Deontay Wilder because Wilder is a bum. He has nothing on Tyson Fury. All of a sudden, when he's expressing his feelings on the Trilogy, he stated the contrary. He expressed how dangerous Deontay Wilder is and that he wants his son to pull out of the fight because he favoring Deontay Wilder to win pretty much. What a quick turnaround. Even Ricky Hatton expressed the same worries that John Fury did. Keep in mind, these are Tyson Fury's biggest supporters. Then as soon as Tyson Fury brought up COVID, that he's worried that he's going to catch COVID right before the fight, a few days later, he actually ends up catching COVID right before the fight. Even though he was fully vaccinated, grounded, along with his whole team. With that being stated, just like I told you guys a couple days ago, that Bob Arum is going to come out in order to retract his statements, since he has a reason to lie today in order to protect his investment in Tyson Fury. But we all know one thing. He had no reason whatsoever to lie a couple weeks ago. So as recent as today, Bob Arum came out by stating, and I quote, "I knew he had one shot, and I was hoping it was the Johnson & Johnson, but it wasn't. It was Moderna." Now, let's all be objective here. Bob Arum doesn't have to hope. Bob Arum could immediately find out what it really is, where he's only a call away, a question away. So who are they kidding at the end of the day, or at least the night? After all, we talking about Bob Arum, who's famously known for stating, "I told the truth yesterday, but I lied today." And to put icing on the cake, when Finkel spoke to Bob Arum a couple weeks ago, Finkel informed Bob Arum Deontay Wilder and his team took 2 doses. Key words, 2 doses. That's when Bob Arum responded with, "So did we." Tyson Fury and his team are totally and fully vaccinated.
On June 15th, Bob Arum put out a statement. Him and I had met at the press conference. I told him Deontay's team and Deontay had 2 vaccinations already. And he said, "Oh, so did our camp."
Fury is totally vaccinated. And I talked with Shelley Finkel a little while ago, and he said that Wilder's been fully vaccinated, and their corners have been vaccinated. That's taking responsibility. But now with the vaccination, anybody gets COVID, shame on them. Shame on them.
All you have to do is pay attention to what Bob responded with to Finkel. Bob didn't say, "Oh, we only took 1 dose, but it's okay. Tyson Fury is fully vaccinated because it's a different type of vaccination." Nope. That is not what Bob Arum said. Bob Arum said, "So did we," specifically responding to the 2 doses. If that ain't enough, you even have Joseph Parker, who is part of the Tyson Fury team. Now, Bob Arum stated that 9 people caught the COVID. Then Team Tyson Fury and old media revealed that Joseph Parker tested positive for COVID. And that's exactly when old media dropped the ball and told on themselves. Because old media reported that Tyson Fury and Joseph Parker both caught the COVID, which makes a whole lot of sense. If Tyson Fury tested positive for COVID, you would expect his sparring partner to test positive as well. So after Wilder vs. Fury Trilogy was postponed, Joseph Parker was caught at the Conor vs. Dustin Trilogy fight wearing no mask whatsoever. Now, since then, old media have came out and said that Joseph Parker wasn't one of the people that caught the COVID. In other words, old media completely retracted their own reports and contradicted themselves. Mind you, they never revealed who are these 9 people that caught the COVID along with Tyson Fury. You really can't make this up. And what was so suspicious is that Parker immediately took down his post being at the Conor fight. Why did Joseph Parker take down all of his stories that he posted on his Instagram being at the Conor versus Dustin Trilogy fight? If Joseph Parker doesn't have the COVID, why is he hiding the fact that he was at the fight after the news spread that he was at the fight with the COVID without a mask on? All I'm saying is, if Joseph Parker doesn't have the COVID and he never caught the COVID to begin with, why is he moving suspicious? Why is he taking down his posts in order to hide the fact that he was at the fight automatically as soon as the news spread that he was at the fight? Sounds like there's a whole lot of damage control going on, which is exactly why Tyson Fury have been on the run for almost 2 years in order to avoid the trilogy, as he is still on the run to this day, knowing that Deontay Wilder is out for blood. And last but not least, even though Tyson Fury haven't fought for almost 2 years, and all you heard about Tyson Fury in the meantime was Glovegate, Wild Boar Gate, and all of these cheating gates. Now, with that in mind, would you believe that Tyson Fury have won ESPN SB 2021 Fighter of the Year award? He won this award this week when he should have received the Cheater of the Century award. I mean, it's so mind-blowing on so many different levels to hear that Tyson Fury won the Fighter of the Year award after he pulled out of the fight yet again with Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury haven't fought in 2021 at all, but he's the Fighter of the Year? Like I said before, old media is holding on to this win for dear life, since Tyson Fury has the complexion for the connection to get the ultimate protection. On the other hand, Deontay Wilder, he's on the coincidental list. He has the complexion for the neglection. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi, TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.